to the Dismal Report US. A framework, a format, a fuller realized content ecosystem conceived by entrepreneur, visionary, and futurists. Andy Dismal.
You know, Leo, when people talk about focus, real focus, I think of Franklin Roosevelt. Top student, law, history, governance. He could sit still, concentrate, master things. No distractions.
Yeah, deep work.
But you drop him into 2026?
He's got 12 subscriptions, 3 devices, wearable telling him to breathe, and a Peloton reminding him he's behind.
He doesn't make it.
No.
And honestly, the world's better for it.
More output.
More noise.
More spending.
We honor that.
Hey guys, I'm Leo. I live in a luxury loft in Dallas with my partner Maya. I sit in that consulting adjacent world, strategy, positioning, client narratives, not quite management consulting, not quite in-house, somewhere in that layer where you translate ambition into slides. My weeks are a mix of stakeholder calls, deck iterations, and trying to make abstract ideas feel billable. There's a whole lot of, so what does this actually mean? Mayer's a senior brand strategist at a global agency. I won't say which one, but luxury retail, tech clients, high stakes pitches. She refines things to a level I don't. Where I'm broad, she's precise. Every purchase we make, she can anchor it to an identity. We've got Ziggy, our golden retriever, grain-free food, supplements, subscription treats. His coat apparently reflects on us.
And I'm Daniel. I'm in mid to senior corporate management at a large tech infrastructure firm in Silicon Valley. Budgets, headcount, delivery timelines, managing teams that manage other teams. There's a constant sense that you're accountable, but slightly removed from the thing itself. My wife, Rachel, used to work in operations consulting, process design, efficiency, execution. She now runs the household, but she's essentially applied the same discipline to it. Everything has a system. Calendars, workflows, contingencies, 3 kids, Ethan, Chloe, Jack. Activities mapped out weeks in advance. And one very boisterous German Shepherd, Max, who introduces variability into a very otherwise tightly run operation.
In 2026, we've tracked everything.
Wasn't that 2025, Leo?
I'm getting so confused how quickly the days are going in 2026. I mean, would you believe it's April already?
Not unless I had a calendar in front of me. I need one because it's tough to remember what day it is. Things move so quickly.
When you're working as hard as you and me, the days blend into one. You know.
So I was taking you off track there, Daniel. So in 2025, we tracked everything, every expense,
every justification.
Every time we said this makes sense.
We won't give you the total yet.
We're just going to take you through the whole thing.
Consulting adjacent work is elastic. Deadlines move, but expectations don't. Clients want clarity, but what they're buying is reassurance. I'll spend a full day reframing a problem so it sounds solvable. Mayer's work is sharper, pitch environments, brand resets, campaign narratives. She'll spend hours adjusting tone, then order $60 worth of delivery because she can't lose momentum. Daily lunch spend, $25. Office salad bar, protein add-ons, cold brew. You stay in the building, stay in the mindset. $500 a month, $6,000 a year. We call it fueling performance.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, this whole office lunch culture thing, you know, you got, you're waiting every day for your slop bowl and your $20 coffee, and I wonder if anybody actually enjoys it.
Tell me about it. The sad saps sometimes I see, you know, in the cafeteria, you know, buying themselves a rainbow salad for $8 a piece, and they're you know, they're looking over at me, and I can tell they're thinking, God, I just wish I could just have a fish finger sandwich, you know.
What's wrong with a fillet of fish?
Nothing's wrong with that, but you know, if you work from home, you're more than free to, you know, grab yourself a hot dog.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know why they call it DoorDash?
No,
Because
tell
as soon
me.
as you hear that doorbell, as soon as you hear the doorbell, and you know that your Wendy's is here, you know, you sprint out there like a world-class athlete. You dash to the door.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you know, if people were watching me in the DoorDash Olympics, I come pretty close to getting one of those gold medals.
That's gold, Leo, gold. Yeah, so what and then you get those after work drinks, Leo. You know, it just all adds up, doesn't it?
After work drinks.
You're always a barfly in the local bar scene.
Well, after work drinks, it's something that you've got to go to. You know, that's $80 a week. Agency people, clients, crossover crowd. Maya's very good in these environments. Let me tell you, man. She builds rapport quickly. I'm there to be seen. $4,000, $4,000 a year. But let me ask you this. Is one drink ever enough?
Well, if you get yourself a ticket to Margaritaville, you're not going to just want to stay there for an hour. You know, you want to sort of make the most of your time down there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're certainly, you know, if you're going to Margaritaville, that's a nice destination, and there's a few stops on the way. You know, it's not just one stop. It's you've got to get off, you've got to get another drink. Yeah, it reminds me of that film, actually.
Oh, what movie was that, Leo?
Cosmopolitan.
Ah. Yeah, so I'm in the corporate management game, and corporate management is layered. You know, you're interpreting strategy from above and translating it downward. You know, I'm stuck here in the squeeze middle. There's always room to review another alignment, and Rachel, she sees the stress, and she responds it by tightening our systems at home. You know, we got our work travel, flights are covered by the boss, but not the upgrades. The hotels are covered, well, not always. You know, sometimes you have to step in and make your own arrangement. That works out at about $500 a month out of pocket. Now that's $6,000 a year. That's for the upgrades and those impromptu stays. You might call it maintaining standards. You know, those little quiet upgrades to business class. But the expensing policy, I think they deliberately make it
Obtuse.
as much of a gauntlet as
It's so obtuse, Daniel. Like the expense policy, where I work, it's got to be. You've got to. I mean, it feels like we're in the Middle Ages here. I've got to send a fax copy of whenever I get a cappuccino. I mean, it's what is that? Sometimes I think, what is happening?
I ordered in sushi. I just got to ask my scribe to bring it over to the king. Am I right?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, man.
And this is something that you may or may not have to look forward to, Leo. But oh man, those childcare gaps, those schedules overlap. Meetings Rachel fills in the gaps by arranging after-school care at sitters. We're both busy professionals. That's $1,000 a month, and then you got the private school fees for our 3 lovely children, 12 grand a piece. That's looking at another $36,000, and we got those. We're really busy. I don't know about you, Leo.
Tell me about it. I mean, like you're asking me about the calendar clashes, aren't you? Here, I mean, my God, like
oh yeah.
Only the other day, I was supposed to be going on a call with the guys down at LucasAid. They were in town and they said, hey, let's meet up. So I went for a meet with the guys at LucasAid.
Do you go to the steakhouse?
We went to an Argentinian steakhouse, little one in town. I just had I didn't eat any steak because I'm looking after the old heart at the moment. The guys at LucasAid were drinking LucasAid with their steaks, and apparently it's a nice combination. Can't comment either way.
It's a European drink, isn't it?
Yeah, it's they absolutely love it over there, especially in Romania. They're big fans of the old LucasAid. Yeah, and I even seen some of their athletes over in Europe. Sometimes they'll be eating it and. Actually eating it, because what you can do with it, you put it in the freezer and have it as an ice lolly. That's just what some of the guys down at LucasAid were telling me the other day. But as I say, I was enjoying them. I was listening to them, and we were having an ice lolly. Yeah,
that trip to London really changed you, Leo. You mean an ice pop?
Well, I'm a gelato guy at heart, but if you're gonna ask me, do I want to suck on a big lolly, then Leo's not gonna say no to that.
So, how do you smooth the spending out, Leo?
Well, work creates pressure. We've talked about that. The home and daily spend, rent is around $4,200 a month, dollars, of course. Mayor chose it after multiple viewings. Light direction mattered, layout mattered. We pay for how mornings feel before work starts. $50,400 a year.
Are you getting good value for money? Do you feel that the premium is justified?
Yeah, because when I wake up, I make my cup of Joe, and then I throw it out, and Mayor says to me, "That's just a waste of money." I say, "Well, I'm on the matcher now, and I make the coffee, but it's just to remind myself of how much better I am these days, and how much I don't need the coffee." And that
I'm old school like that, Leo. Don't even talk to me until I've had my coffee.
Yeah, you're a different guy in the morning, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm like the Grinch. Yeah, our mortgage comes in at about 6,500 a month. Rachel has optimized our home for resale and flexibility. You know, we picked a nice spot. We utilize about 60% of the house. The rest is potential. So that works out at about 7,800 a year, and that's not even before you got to your groceries. What do you spend on groceries, Leo?
I'll tell you what I spend on my groceries in a second, Daniel, but were you just thumbing the keyboard? I could hear it. It was like, I don't know, some sort of torpedo, or, you know, with everything that's going on in the world at the moment. I was worried I was under attack there just for a second.
Yeah, I hold the White House's self-destruct button, and I'm making the call. I've had enough of this world. You know, nuke it all, the kingdom come. I kid. I have to say that.
Yeah, I think someone's also you know, podcasting, but maybe they're working as well.
Working hard or hardly working, am I
right? Work hard, don't work smart. No, it's the other way around, isn't it?
Work hard, and you'll never work a day in your life.
Oh,
that's something like that. I can't remember exactly what my careers advisor said.
So groceries, I'm looking at around $900 a month. We shop like we cook every night. We don't. Food expires quietly. 10,800.
I wish that when my ham hock were going off, that it did make a bit more of a fuss about it, because I might have noticed, like hey Daniel, not trying to worry you, but you know, I'm about to turn rotten in a couple of days. I want to turn it off. No, just quietly festering, and then you get a whiff of that horrible rotting smell.
Yeah, I tell you, with all the advances these days in AI and stuff, you know, maybe we should think about putting some sort of little AI bot on top of all the food, maybe. And like you say, you open the fridge and it just says, "Hey, Daniel, you know, you need to eat me, or I'll be a rotting piece of just rot existing in your fridge."
You know, with the pace that all this artificial intelligence is moving along, I reckon we'll be covering that on the next show.
Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so I digress. So groceries, we're looking at about $2,500 a month, multiple layers of planning. You know, I try to get healthy for the kids. You know, they turn their noses up, so we have to buy more crap anyway.
Yeah.
And, Max, our German Shepherd, he happily finishes what's left. If only the kids were as easygoing as Max. So we're looking at about $30,000 a year spent on the family pantry.
It's a lot of money, Daniel, you know, but it works for you, you know. If you know, and the kids, you want to give them what they want, you know. You give them what they don't want, you know. In 10 years' time, anything for a quiet life. And I'll tell you why, you know, you don't give them what they want, and you'll be footing a therapist bill in 10 years' time that's worth a lot more than that you're spending on the groceries. Let me tell you,
only the therapist bill is for me.
Yeah.
No, I kid. This is my therapy. You know, this is getting it in, just sitting and chewing the fat with my buddy Leo, right? So
yeah.
So you like to dine out a lot, Leo?
I'll be honest with you.
How much do you spend on eating out?
I love eating out. Eating out, dining out. It's one of my favorite things. It 1,800 a month, around that. It preserves evenings. Maya frames it as protecting our time. That totals around 21,600 a year.
Yeah, dining out. I am of the same mindset. We got a family to feed, and often bring the kids in tow. Max just has to wait until we bring a doggy back. But we're looking to spend about $2,000 a month when you break it down. Our schedules all over the place. Sometimes Rachel and I leave a meeting from our respective jobs, meet in town for sushi. It works out like that a few times a week, and yeah, that's about 24 grand a year right there.
24K, 24 happy ones. Hey, there's 24 hours in a day,
24
huh?
big clans, 24 big ones, right?
Hey, yeah, you remember that show 24, huh? With Jack Kiefer.
Jack Kiefer, yeah, didn't he have to make something to escape out of a paperclip and a rubber band or something?
Yeah, sure did. And in a way, that's what we are doing. But maybe not as I mean, I doubt people are going to be making a TV show about what you and me get up to. But if they did, well, get in touch, because that's it'd be another revenue stream for us guys.
You can't have enough revenue streams because you got vacations to pay for. That's another one before you even get to the rest of it. So yeah, you went to Vegas recently, didn't you, Leo?
Yeah, Maya planned it with the same precision as a campaign.
Oh,
Flights,
wow,
time to avoid dead hours. The hotel selected for positioning, not just comfort. The upgrade justified immediately on arrival.
Oh, of course.
Every reservation locked in advance. Cabaret collapses halfway through.
Oh, man.
No refund. We absorb it. Total 9,500.
And how do you even go about complaining? So you went to see a cabaret show, and the whole cast came down with botulism and was violently sick.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, Daniel, these kind of things, they happen, and sometimes I think, well, it's a good story, and
it's an excellent story. It has it's delivered so much value for money in that regard. It gave you plenty of material for your wedding speech.
Hell yeah! It's interesting you said that, actually, because it is on the first draft of the speech. It's a humorous anecdote that'll hopefully bring people in, and they can share the love that we have for one another.
So How do you? That's one way to reframe disappointment, I suppose. I mean, you got a funny story out of it. If you just stayed at home and watched the tube, you wouldn't have any funny story unless you saw something really funny on the tube. But
the idiot box.
It's your own unique story. Nobody else has that exact story. So that's something. That's something.
I mean,
So our family vacation, right? Okay. Rachel built a full itinerary. Buffers, contingencies, backups. So I went to visit my brother-in-law in Dallas, and it was a 25-hour drive down there, and we made a good few restaurant stops along the way. The kids are all mad about the latest Instagram trends, and that cost a pretty penny. It was a hell of a drive down there, and We've been driving about 23 hours, and we're damn near exhausted by this point. And I got a call from my brother, and he says, "Man, Daniel, I hate to tell you this, but you can't stay here. Half the house is flooded. He had a terrible flood, and we had to check ourselves into a motel, and just as it happens, there was the biggest EDM event in Dallas, so we had to spend $600 on this really crappy motel, and it was $15 for a bag of candy from the vending machine, and but we tried to make the best of it, and the next day he says, let's go to this water park, right? So like I said, yeah, okay, we'll go to this water park, and the truck didn't start. That was a great start to the day. So we had to get a rental, and I'm 6'7", and all we could get was this tiny hatchback. So I look like I'm on my way to the circus, so we get on the highway to this water park, and there was the worst traffic jam I have ever been in my life, basically. So like there were four oil tanker spills in a 5-mile radius, and we were stuck in standing traffic for 3 days, and then we finally made it to the water park, and I get a call from my boss. We got a serious situation here. We really got to turn it around for this client. We're going to lose the big pitch. So I had to just step away from the family stuff and work on my laptop. I thought like, oh, this is hell, but at least the sun was out. At least I was by the pool. I spend the next 2 days working on this presentation with my team, and then like just as I'm about to hit the home run, this kid runs past me and knocks my laptop in the pool.
Jeez.
It really is mission critical at this juncture. So I gotta get a flight home and reconvene with the team. That vacation set us back about $14,000, and that's holidays for you. And another thing,
they can be expensive. They can be expensive monetarily and emotionally.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the emotional cost was about 100 mil. I'm still paying for it. And it was a bit of a turkey. And speaking of turkeys, Thanksgiving was a hoot. Rachel planned everything precisely. We go to Costco. We go to Whole Foods. We get all the premium stuff. We really push the boat out. We spend about $500 on food to stock the pantry, and we got 20 people coming from out of state, and it's going to take we're going to sort of really pull all the stops out, but just before we're about to arrive, that we discovered that squirrels had breached the pantry. All the food is ruined. Total pivot. So we had to pivot, and we all had to go to Applebee's. But you know what? That was the best Thanksgiving I've had in years. Not been to Applebee's since I was in college. Absolutely loved it. $1,200 down the pan. And Christmas. Christmas is another is another expense, isn't it?
Wow, Christmas,
It's It's a holiday.
It's Merry Christmas, everyone. I mean, I feel a bit. I'll be honest with you, Daniel. I feel a bit silly saying Merry Christmas when we're in April, but ha 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 ha.
April Fool's Day is gone as well.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd said it on the 1st of April, and maybe I wouldn't be feeling as daft. Right? But Christmas, 6,500.
Okay, that's yeah.
Yeah, still, you know, Maya curates gifts carefully. Let's just leave it at that.
You get any nice Christmas gifts?
I'll be honest with you, I got a sex toy, which is excellent. So, you know, Mayor and me were very open about that kind of thing, you know, what we get up to in the bedroom, you know, we share with other people, that, you know, we're the sharing type. And, she got me a little, well, I guess you'd call it a cock ring, if I can be a little risque here. So she got me a little cock ring, and on the other end of it, it's like what I describe as a bullet dildo. So I can kind of shove that up
the chimney.
But yeah, 6,500.
So, is it smart?
It's almost too smart in a way. It knows when you're about to ejaculate, and it'll keep buffering you, until you say the code word, a safe word. My safe word, as I said before, I'm happy to share, is Oklahoma.
Oh, mine's eggnog.
A great drink.
Lovely. It's only at Christmas. Yeah, Rachel scales Christmas each year. You know, the gift, the decor, the travel, the hosting, and then we get a system shortage. You know, lighting shorts out. We get electrical damage, and the Christmas lights set half of the roofing on fire. We need to recover. We call it a part of the season, you know. Light spectacular Christmas lights, total of $27,000. Oh, and I another thing this Christmas, for our anniversary, I bought Rachel a convertible, an impulse justified as a lifestyle alignment, but we went on a little spending spree at Macy's. You know, I got her some dresses, got her a nice brooch. You know, we had lunch, but we put all our haul into the trunk. But I forgot there was a big old jug of oil there, and spilled it all over the upholstery. Completely ruined the new convertible.
Oh man.
And another sort of mad expense with my vanity.
And how much did that set you back?
So the car incident, 71,000, and the rest, it's still not like new. And then I had my vanity business, a luxury flyer company. I believe in print. I wanted to run an advertising business, and everybody is all about the internet with their marketing these days, and I said, why not a luxury flyer board? Something like you'd have a church, or a little cafe, or a little community group, a little quaint, decorative luxury flyer company that is exactly what the fintech industry needed. And I believe in it so much, I poured $100,000 of my own cash into it. Unfortunately, they didn't believe in it, and it was a dead loss. So, it's time for the final reveal.
Here we go.
What's your total, Leo? What's your total?
My total...
How much did you push down the crapper this year, huh?
I wiped my ass with it. 147,400. That's $147,400.
That's no chicken feed, but you know what? I think I can beat you. My total this year was $680,800.
Well, Daniel, you are the winner.
Well, thank you.
Your prize. Are you ready for your prize?
Yeah.
It's a lifetime subscription to Reflectify Plus. Feeling overwhelmed? Buy something.
Feeling uncertain? Upgrade something.
Reflectify. Don't resolve it, replace it. Well, Daniel, we almost reflected.
Briefly.
Then we continued.
As designed. This is
the Dismal Report US. Final cost table, Leo and Mayor. Total 147,400. Daniel and family 680,800. Winner Daniel.
You think you're going to outspend me this year, Leo?
Hey, well, maybe we make it into another kind of competition, and we'll see you
next year and see where we're both at, huh?
Hey, maybe. Never a true word said, my friend.
Okay, well, the producer's telling me that's about all the time we've got time for, and that means it's all the time we got time for. So it's time for us to call time.
Well, you know, Daniel, all good things must come to an end, you know, and it's been a great, you know, I'll be honest with you, I've really enjoyed myself tonight.
Oh, and before we do cut, I would like to extend our thanks to Andy Dismal, who discovered this format of just guys shooting the shit. It's ingenious. It's absolutely incredible.
Great guy. You know, I've met Andy. I've had many a Teams meeting with Andy, and we've shot the shit. I'll be honest with you. We've really bonded, and Andy is hopefully gonna come round. Over to my side, we're planning on going on a shooting trip together.
Oh, that sounds terrific. Well, this was the Dismal Report US, and I do hope you'll join us for our next edition. I'm Daniel.
And Daniel, you know, you're welcome to join us if you're free on the 14th. Just let me know.
Absolutely. I will be there.